여기에다가 그 스키 부츠를 넣어야 되는데 저번엔 들어갔는데 이번엔 안 들어가는 것 같아서 한번 넣어보겠습니다.
It says sponsored by.
So you have this restaurant in Rotterdam where
Ja, we slaan iedereen af. Met die busbol, ja. Ja, wat wij anders waarschijnlijk uiteindelijk.
Ik heb het echt bloody hot.
Ja, ik ben volgens mij op mijn banaan gevallen.
Wat? Oh nee. Ja, daarom kan je beter een appel meenemen.
Ja,
Ja, ik zit op de hier.
So if you go here, then you have to do reds down. I think I'm going to do that tomorrow. Huh? I think I'm going to do it tomorrow. I saw.
Well designed, but yeah, it's smaller as well, but it's also
That's one. But then you just look at the metal roof all the time.
Yeah.
It's the same slope down.
I like these. I'm so happy that how much you are. I feel like this. Actually now I know that being here with you, I have so like a nice energy. I like the way you are sitting like
You can publish it. So if tomorrow you didn't ask first, but you got one.
Did they always bring whiskey like
I think they ask now. Like have
I didn't think the weather's gonna be that good like before we went. But every day was fun. Look around. Every day was
maybe him.